Heyo everybody, this is IcicleFerret back with another game of Warframe. Remember how I was talking about the Tonkor in the last episode? Well, I brought my Tonkor this time. And there it is, there's my Tonkor. My clanmate Orcpunx and I are going to continue to show off the survival mode. And, well, I said it's not really my favorite, but I also said it's not really a bad gameplay, or game mode. So, let's get this party started. Whee! Alright, let's see if I can do a good job hacking. Good job! Oh my god, that was so hard.
They have just shut down all systems. I'm sending life support capsules your way.
So I'm packing the Tonkor. Orc has an Ogris. We're gonna see who can do more damage.
Capsule has arrived. Activate it when your supply is low.
Like I said, the Tonkor's kind of a noob weapon. The Ogris is one of those that takes a little more skill to use. Oh, now you see why I love the Tonkor. So the Ogris takes a little more skill to use because it is highly likely that you will kill yourself while using the Ogris. It does deal self-damage. The Tonkor does not. So I can literally run up to these guys and point blank them in the face without any difficulty. If Orc were to try to do that, he would most likely kill himself. But like I said, there's more to Warframe than just, finding the biggest gun and shooting everything. Because even though the Ogris has this huge downside of literally hurting you while you use it, there are a lot of different frames that can benefit from that. The only one that comes to mind at the moment is Nyx because of her absorbability. But, oh, there, he just shot himself. See what I was talking about? Anyway. Nyx's absorbability can actually take the damage received from weapons like Ogris and then turn it into damage for the, against the enemy. You don't have that kind of synergy with the Tonkor because the Tonkor deals very little self-damage. Orc, seriously, I'm gonna have to put a leash on you. Also, you may notice I am not playing as Limbo today. I am playing as Frost. Frost is probably my second favorite frame. Actually, I don't know if I have a second favorite frame. I have a lot of frames that I like, and then there's Limbo, which is heads and shoulders above the rest in terms of favorite. Favoriteness? Is that a word? Favorability? I don't know. Limbo's kind of the troll option, which is, I think, why some part of me likes him. It's like, you play Limbo because you want to just screw with the enemy's mind, not because you actually want to win. Orcpunx's Ogris is modified fairly well. I haven't seen the mods for myself, but I mean, even an unmodded Ogris is probably more powerful than an unmodded Tonkor. The only downside being, of course, the Ogris can hurt you really, really badly if you let it. I'm gonna have to do some research and see what level people can pick up the Tonkor, because it is my #1 recommended weapon for new players, and I'll probably have to do an episode that includes my new player recommendations sometime soon. I don't know, would you guys be interested in seeing something like that? Just a top 5 list of IcicleFerret's recommended weapons for noobs. If that's something you want to see, let me know in the comments. If it's something that you don't want to see, let me know in the comments. And I will adjust my recordings accordingly. So, one of the things I mentioned also in the Valentine's Day episode is how there is a built-in meta to the game, and how these, massive damage weapons are good in certain gameplay types and not in others. So, you know, I knew I was going into survival when I started playing this. So I equipped a frame and I equipped a weapon that is capable of dealing that sort of wide radius of damage. You know, the Tonkor is a powerful AoE that's area of effect for people who don't know what that means. Sorry, a couple of my friends don't play video games, and when I showed them this, you know, the recordings that I made, they had no idea what I was talking about. So I kind of realized that even just the words that I was using, you know, AoE, things like AoE, things like point damage, are not necessarily something that the new player would understand. So I'm going to try and be a little more cognizant of the vocabulary that I use to try and make it more accessible to new players. But I'm probably not going to do that all the time. So hopefully we'll have a good mix of newbie-oriented games, listen to me, newbie-oriented videos, and kind of more established, or at least experienced player videos as well. So yeah, so Frost here, that's the frame that I'm playing right now. That's me. Hello. It's not the best lighting. You didn't get my good side. Anyway, so I'm playing Frost. Frost is an awesome, awesome frame for new players. Because Frost can do this. I don't know if you can see that too well from your side of the video. Your side of the video, your side of the stream, the viewer? What would they call it? Your side of the screen? I have just confused myself. But Frost can set up this, it's called a snow globe. Colloquially, we call it the bubble. But Frost can set up this bubble here that's basically kind of like a mobile defense platform that's one way. So I can shoot out of it, but enemies can't shoot into it. And so, like, if ever you're in trouble, you know, especially as a new player, if you're ever in trouble, you're surrounded by enemies, you don't know how to get out, pop a snow globe. It will instantly push any enemies to the outside. Oh, God, that was beautiful. And you will be safe. At least until the enemies destroy your snow globe. But at low levels, it shouldn't be too easy for them to destroy the snow globe. So you're pretty safe. Look at that guy's really trying really hard.
I've delivered another life support capsule.
Another thing that's great about the snow globe is it slows down the enemies that get inside it. So you have a little more time to react to it. Warframe is a very fast-paced game. And especially for the new player, that can be kind of daunting. Because you don't really know what you're looking for, you don't really know the maps too well, there's a lot coming at you from a lot of different angles. And the slowdown effect from Snow Globe, or even from Taxon's little cold beam, can do a world of wonders for you. I can't believe I missed shooting that guy 3 times. I am a terrible, terrible tenno. So yeah, if you're a new player, I highly recommend getting Frost. But if you watched my Valentine's Day episode, you'll also remember I talked about the built-in meta to the game. And I brought another weapon that I think kind of exemplifies that. And that is my secondary here, the twin Grakatas. Now, as you can see, mine are pretty beastly. I've put a lot of work into making these guys really powerful. But even without all of that work, they're still probably one of the best secondary weapons. And they're definitely on my top 5 list as top 5 lists for weapons for new players. But yeah, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, the game meta. You know, the Grakatas, they're powerful, they're strong, and they're great at achieving what I like to call fire superiority. And all fire superiority is putting more lead downrange than the enemy is. So, I mean, I can empty a full clip in probably a second. Let's see. Oh, Orc's got those enemies. There's got to be a good bunch of enemies. There we go. Okay, so that took a little longer than a second. But still, if I just sit here on full auto and destroy these guys, there won't be much left of my enemies. But I will also run out of ammunition very, very quickly. So unless you're really watching your ammo, you're going to find yourself without a weapon, without a usable weapon, very quickly with a weapon like the Twin Grakatas. So if you're going to equip a Twin Grakata for your secondary, and if you plan on using them... Oh hey, I got a new mod. Yeah, DE added a bunch of new stuff with their latest expansion. DE stands for Digital Extremes. They're the people who publish this game. Anyway. But yeah, so if you're gonna take the Twin Grakatas, or you're gonna take a weapon that's very ammo inefficient, that means it uses up a lot of ammo fast, then you would be best served by taking your second weapon as one that is very ammo efficient, something like the Tonkor or a shotgun. You know, new players probably have something like a Latron. I don't know, I'm just spitballing ideas here. But you want to bring something that doesn't eat through as much ammo as fast. So that way, when you do run out of ammo on the Twin Grakatas, you can just switch to your ammo-efficient weapon. Even if it isn't as strong as your ammo-inefficient one, something's better than nothing. You know, it's better to run around with an underpowered... You know, I can't even think of it right now. It's better to run around with something that you have a lot of ammo for, but is underpowered. You know, a Cerberus or something, than it is to just not have a weapon. Saying it out loud, that kind of sounds like, you know, a case of Attack of the Captain Obvious, but it is something you have to think about. Because it's like, you know, it's great to have the Soma, and it's great to have the Twin Grakatas, and it's great to just be able to fire at everything in full auto and completely mow down your opponents. But then what do you do when you run out of ammo? You know, how do you keep up the level of intensity needed for something like a survival? And one option is you simply don't bring a weapon like that on a survival. You use it for something with, like, a limited amount of enemies. Like or at least a limited amount of enemies that you might encounter. Like an extermination mission, or a spy mission, or something like that, where you're not really going to be firing your weapon a lot. That's possible. You know, or you need to find a way to get the amount of ammo that you need, either through ammo conversion mods, or judicious use of carrier abilities and items. You know, like the ammo restore, whatever they're called. These things. No, these things. There are team ammo restores. You can use stuff like that to improve your weapon's efficiency and to keep it viable. Oh, that was beautiful. The one benefit to having a weapon that is ammo efficient is if you make it, you can make it viable in pretty much any situation. You're never going to have to worry about ammo for a Tonkor, because you're constantly picking up ammo for it. And every shot, hopefully anyway, every shot is going to take out multiple enemies, all of which are going to drop, all of which at least have a chance to drop ammo for your weapon. It's something that's useful to think about, especially as a new player. It just pushed everybody back. Got a little crowded, things got a little heated. Heated. I just cooled it off because I'm Frost. Yeah, okay, that was a terrible pun. I deserve to... I deserve to be put in jail for that one. It was a terrible pun. That was terrible execution on my part. I should not do stand-up comedy. The one thing about the Tonkor, though, is it does have small ammo reserves. You can only hold about 40 rounds of ammunition for it. So if you aren't careful, and you are constantly using it just to hit one enemy, yes, then you feasibly can run out of ammo for it. That was beautiful. That was a terrible shot. Anyway. But if you're in a situation where you are constantly mobbed by enemies, if there are just hordes and hordes of them, then you're never going to run out of ammo with your Tonkor. Like, ever. Another slight bonus of the Tonkor is, even if you miss, the grenades end up on the ground, and if you or an enemy steps on them, they still explode and they still kill everything. I mean, if that's not a bonus, I don't know what is. It's like, close enough only matters in horseshoes and hand grenades. Well, I think the Tonkor counts as a hand grenade. It's just like a handheld hand grenade launcher. I'm sure there's a more concise way of saying that, I just can't think of it right now. Oops. That one went right over his head. Where's Orc? Orc's around here. There he is. Sometimes I'm missing, not because I'm aiming wrong, but because my Tonkor, one of the mods on it reduces its accuracy in exchange for, I think it's critical chance.
That should keep you going for a while.
So, yeah, it's like, I'm aiming right at the thing and I'm still missing because that mod you know, the inaccuracy of that mod kicks in. I wanted to say proc there, but that was another one of those words that my gaming friends, my non-gaming friends probably wouldn't understand. You know what? I was curious what proc actually stood for. I looked it up once. Procedurally randomized occurrence chance or something like that. I could be wrong. I could be way off, but it was some long word that kind of surprised me because I thought it was just some really short thing that we just shortened even further. Procs are basically something that really only happens in computerized games, not so much in like board games, where something has a chance of happening. Okay, and a proc is when that thing that has a chance of happening happens. So it's like, oh, this certain ability has a 5% chance at, I don't know, turning your enemies into a bunny rabbit. So, okay, you shoot 100 enemies, 5 of them are going to be a bunny rabbit. And the ability is set to proc. Orc just shot himself. So the ability procs every time an enemy becomes a bunny rabbit, if that makes sense. That's what a proc means. God, I just love the Tonkor. Did you see those enemies fly? That was beautiful. Okay, we're gonna get out of here. It's enough of me rambling.
Mission complete.
Alright, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the Tonkor and my random ramblings. And in the war of Tonkor vs. Ogris, it looks like my Tonkor wins. Booyah. So, I mean, yeah, if you like this video, feel free to click the like button and subscribe. If you have any suggestions for future videos, go ahead and leave them in the comments. I definitely read them, and I definitely take them into consideration when I start filming. So if you'd like to have a hand in the direction that my little channel goes, feel free to do so. I will see you later.